ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीराम जय जय राम। 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 जय जय राम। जय जय राम। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः। ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनम्। ॐ श्री सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम सुप्रभातम। We will now chant the स्तुति। नवधा भगति कहूँ तो ही पाही, सावधान सुनु धरु मन माही। प्रथम भगति संतन कर संगा, दूसरी रथि मम कथा प्रसंगा। गुरपद पंकज सेवा, तीसरी भगति अमान। चौथी भगति मम गुण गण, करई कपट तजिगान। मंत्र जाप मम दृढ़ विश्वासा, पंचम भजन सो वेद प्रकाशा। छठदम शील बिरति बहुकर्मा, निरत निरंतर सज्जन धर्मा। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। Mind, for what it is, all the time gets carried away by raga and dvesha. Raga and dvesha tosses every single individual wherever he is, however he is, whichever position one may be, in whatever circumstances he or she is. Ragadvesha are the main cause for all kinds of trouble and pleasures also. Pleasure and pain, sukha, dukkha, labha, nashta, ninda, stuti, all the pairs of opposites happens in the world because of these two, raga and dvesha. And every individual's life sways from this side to that side, from pleasure to pain. It sways and it is so fast. The sway is so vibrant, we don't even understand where exactly we are. Are we in pleasure or are we in pain? While we are in pain, we look for some pleasure. While we are trying to enjoy the pleasure, the pendulum goes back to pain. This has been every single individual's autobiography. If I have to have that happiness which actually I am looking for, then the only method is stop the swaying from pleasure to pain or pain to pleasure. Both are equally responsible for the mind not remaining happy. If the mind has to remain eternally in happiness, come what may, let anything happen in the world outside, I should never be disturbed. My mind should stay put. If this is our goal, then one has to withdraw identity with both pleasure and pain. The question may come, Swamiji, if the pendulum starts, does it not mean that the person is dead? No. Person is alive, but the mind sways. And when it is stopped, it means the mind is sthira. There is one bhajan, sthirata nahi nahi re. There is no sthirata into our mind. Why does this happen? Because we validate raga and dvesha as part of me, and therefore this way. And greater the raga and dvesha, faster is the sway of the pendulum. When the raga and dvesha reduces, then the movement of the pendulum reduces. The frequency reduces. The velocity reduces. And when there is no raga or dvesha, the pendulum is sthira. And this sthirata must be the very experience which the Shastras talk about. If this is understood, what is it that which will reduce the pace of the pendulum? And what is it that which can make the pendulum stay put from swaying between pleasure and pain? The only best method, time-tested method is mantra japa, where the mind is given that practice of thinking only about Bhagavan. Nothing else can give us that happiness other than the thoughts of Bhagavan. We may think, no, Swamiji, I am enjoying my life here, my wife, my children, my building, my house, my palatial house, my car, and my workers, and my company, and I am the boss of the company. So much is there. But if you honestly sit down and think, you will find there is always a fear of losing any of them or even all of them. Therefore, there is an effort from our side put in to not lose any or all of them. And this effort in not losing them creates lot of tension, and then you will see the pendulum's frequency increasing. Therefore, mantra japa mama dridha biswasa panchama bhajana so beda prakasa. Beda prakasa, it is in the light of the Shastra, the best method prescribed for everyone is mantra japa. This is why Shastra and all acharyas regularly, constantly advise daily 10 minutes. I know it is very difficult. And especially for beginners, it will become very, very difficult to sit sthira in one point and then think of Bhagavan only. Why? Because of the mind's habit. Gita in the 6th chapter advises, suggests what? Sthiramasanam. Sit properly, physically, emotionally, and intellectually. If this sthirata of physical, emotional, and intellectual is achieved, is accomplished by the individual, there is nothing which he or she cannot achieve in this world, accomplish in this world. But the major issue we have is this sthirata, and the main root cause for this asthirata, not sthirata, asthirata is our own ragadvesha. To come out of that, the best method is taking the name of the Lord. Regularly, constantly, keep repeating the name of the Lord. Whenever the mind has no occupation to do, start. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. This mantra japa keeps the mind. Now remember, the mantra japa keeps the mind sthira. The mantra japa keeps the mind away from all the laukika preoccupation. When there is no preoccupation of the mind in the laukika jivana, the mind is relaxed. Whereas the mind, while it is involving in the whims and fancies of the world, the mind is constantly disturbed by pleasure and pain. Therefore, to gain that sthirata, time-tested method, most easiest method actually, and the most difficult test method, I know my English is wrong, is japa. Why it is difficult? Because of the force of our vasana, because of the force of our ragadvesha, because of the force of running behind things and beings for the sake of pleasure. Japa becomes very difficult. Why? I want to do some japa. I take the mala. I start moving the bead. Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. SM Krishna comes to my mind. Think. This is how I have habituated my mind. To remove that habit, have a stronger habit. You don't have to worry how to remove the habit. Have a better, stronger habit of Nama Japa. You will find that it is much easier. Then, the sixth form of bhakti is again a supporter to the fifth form. If the mind has to be sthira in Nama Japa, then there are certain qualifications. These qualifications, a few of them are enlisted here. Having those qualifications, the fifth mantra japa becomes easier and easier. How is it that the pendulum, the pace of the pendulum, if it has to reduce, the reduction of the velocity, reduction of the pace, reduction of the movement between pleasure and pain can happen only when we are eligible to that sthirata. What is the eligibility is given here as the sixth form of bhakti. Swamiji, I have a question. You say eligibility and you say bhakti. How does it come together? Eligibility is a qualification. It is something different from bhakti. Bhakti is my love for Bhagavan. Eligibility also is gained when my love for Bhagavan becomes greater than the love for the world. Gaining that eligibility is also a form of bhakti, because that form of bhakti increases the stability of this form of bhakti. At the end you will see, Bhagavan himself says, Ekahi, even one if you develop. Therefore, so many options are given. Once you take up one and be firm in that, the rest of them automatically will come. What is the sixth form? Chatadama sila birati bahu karma nirata nirantara sajjana dharma. It is the bhakti, it is a form of bhakti that the saints and sages follow as dharma. The Santa Purushas live such a type of life to whom this is the very swabhava. Sajjana dharma, the swabhava of sajjana, the saints and sages, and for them it is what? Nitya nirantara. What is Nitya nirantara? All the time. There is no break, there is no end. Meaning, they have mastered. What have they mastered? Now see. Chata means sixth form of bhakti is what? Dhamma. Dhamma represents all the sixfold qualifications prescribed in the sadhana chatushtayam. What are the four chatushtayam in sadhana? Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadhi, Shatka Sampatti and Mumukshutvam. And this Shatka Sampatti is represented by this word Damaha. What is that? Shama is mastery over the mind. And Dhamma, the representator here, is mastery over the senses. Uparama, withholding capacity. What is that withholding capacity? That capacity to restrain the mind from going away. Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, Titiksha. Titiksha, forbear all the pins and pricks of life. Shraddha, faith, which we already have seen. Shastreshu, Guruvakyeshu, Satyabuddhi Avadharana, Sa Shraddha Katita. Shraddha and Samadhanam, Chitta Ekagrata, Sthirata of the mind. How do I get that? The main culprit. Remember, the main culprit of our life, which takes us away from our swabhava, away from our true nature, is or are the senses. The eyes can see, the ears can hear, the tongue can taste and talk, the nose can smell, and the skin can touch. Remember, all of these are positioned and directed towards the external world. Therefore, Swabhavika is eyes getting the information from the outer world, the forms and color of the outer world. Swabhavika is the ears getting the sound. Swabhavika is a nose to take the smell. Swabhavika is the tongue to taste. Swamiji, this is what I wanted. See, Swamiji, it is not that I am asking for tasty food. The tongue, it is the nature of the tongue. Now you only have confirmed what? The nature of the tongue. Are? Think. Swabhavika is the skin looking for pleasure. The point here is, all of them facing the external world are gateways for the mind to go away, go outside. When I allow the mind to go outside, I cannot complain that the mind is not sthira. I do have the ability, I do have the capacity, I do have the knowledge to hold the mind with myself. That is the sadhana. But what happens? I allow my mind to go. The moment I get up in the morning and open my eyes, gone. I don't have to get up from the bed also. Mind is gone. And then what do I say? Swamiji, whatever I do, I can't sit for meditation. I am not able to meditate. My mind is so disturbed. Who allowed it to get disturbed? Think. Remember, we also have the capacity. It's a very interesting point to think over. I have the ability to stop allowing my mind to go. How? I'll give you an example. Let us suppose there is an India-Pakistan cricket match in the in your TV, live telecast is there. And then on that day you apply leave to your office. Why? You are a great fanatic, fanatic of cricket. And India, Pakistan, arch rivals. Everybody want to, even the other people from other nations also want to be very, want to watch. So you applied leave and you sat at home. And at home, because you are there, so many other things also come, chatak, patak, etc. They come and bring and keep it in front of you. Because madhya samarpayami. And then you want to watch. You know what? When the match is going on, slowly I am drawn to the match to such an extent that I forget the whole world. Sometimes I won't even understand that the mobile is ringing. And I won't understand it is my mobile. Why? Mind is fully focused. How many times in Vedanta classes or in the school or colleges it has happened? The teacher goes on teaching, and where is my mind? I am completely switched off from there. Mind has gone somewhere towards my object of desire. I am physically there, yet I am not there. Who allowed this to happen? Me. Think. To such an extent, while I am watching, if suddenly some people come and sit down or come and speak, I may not even listen properly. And when one tumbler, the wife or somebody must have brought one cup of coffee or tumbler of coffee, and then suddenly it slips. And when it falls, it is like a nightmare. I wake up. Why? Because I am not there. I am completely drawn into the TV. It can be a serial. Think. We have the ability to withdraw the mind and focus in the direction, in the object of my raga. Think. Therefore, having this ability to withdraw and redirect the mind to a particular field of activity, I don't exercise them properly because of my pull and push towards pleasure and pain. Think. Therefore, Dhamma, mastery over the senses. What is this mastery over the senses? I command my sense organs to function in a particular way that I want them to function, and I am not a slave of them and run behind where they want to go. Most of us, if not all of us, actually fall here. We slip here. We regret later, no doubt. We might regret later, but even after regret, there is an opportunity. When an opportunity comes, we again slip because of our addiction towards the pleasurable objects. Dhamma is such a quality where I restrain myself, I command my senses, no. And the senses accept that command completely without, cribbing. It stays put and says, yes, master, I am with you. This is the ability which we should gain. Dhamma, Sila. Now look at that. When I am a master of my senses, my character also is beautifully designed. My character is designed by what? My ability to master my senses. What is the Sila? In fact, Sheila is such a word which can never be translated in any language. So beautiful word it is. This character is formed based on the raga and dvesha and my ability to master my senses. When I thus master my senses, the ability of this master in mastering will bring forth a beautiful character. What is this character? Being noble, being good. We claim or we call a person as a noble person, as a good person, or another person as an ignoble person, as a worst person. Based on what? Based on, now please be very attentive, based on the longer duration that a person can be. Longer duration, if a person is noble, we call him noble person. Longer duration a person is ignoble, we call them as ignoble. Why do I say this longer duration? Because every single one of us have got the ability to fall and the ability to rise. All of us, no exception. Even the worst charactered person has got the ability to rise, and the best quality person has given an opportunity, and if the mind is not held, he can fall. Both are possible. And a person with wrong character can change to right character, and a person with great quality can slip and fall down. Both are possible. Therefore, this mastery of Dhamma that creates a character is held high by again being very careful and maintaining that character. And when this character is well maintained, that again gives Shakti for us to again hold on to our senses in the right direction. Look at that. This will happen only when I have the love for God and the desire to reach Him, which is otherwise called mumukshutvam. Think. Dhamma, Sila. Again, these two are really possible only when I have Birati. What is Birati? Vairagyam. Vairagyam is always misunderstood. Vairagyam is what? Vairagyam is not self-denial of anything. Vairagyam is self-restraint from everything. How do I hold that? How do I restrain myself from the objects of the world? Only when it has a higher goal. Attachment is Vairagyam. I am sure you must be wondering. Attachment is Vairagyam, which makes detachment possible. Attachment is Vairagyam, which makes detachment possible. How? Attachment to the higher makes detachment from the lower possible. Now, what is our condition? Point number 1, we have not exercised Dhamma. Point number 2, we have not developed a good character by restraint. Therefore, the mind is let loose. When the mind is let loose without a character and without holding on to our senses, what happens is Rati happens. What is Rati? Rati is reveling. Now, where does the mind revel? Mind revels in the things and beings of the world, in the pleasures of the world. Now, what is required? Birati. Birati is what? Not gaining pleasure out of the world, but attaching the mind to the higher. Attaching the mind to the higher is Ramanam at the higher level and Birati from the lower level. The more I attach my mind to the higher, the more the lower will just drop out. Balastavat krida saktaha, tarunastavat taruni saktaha. Balastavat krida saktaha does not continue in tarunastavat. And that taruni saktaha will not continue when I am old. But at old age, what happens? I pick up my inability to enjoy the pleasures of the world and worry. Vruddhastavat chintasakta. Instead, if I can gather all my energies and redirect it towards Bhagavan, then what? Birati from the lower and Ramanam at the higher. This ability to hold on to the higher, attach my mind to the higher, is Vairagyam. Many people are scared by the word Vairagyam. People are scared by the word Viraga because they say, oh, Vairagyam, I have to give up. I have to give up. You don't worry about giving up the smaller things. Don't have to give much time and energy to that. Hold on to the higher, this will automatically go. Like how we climb steps. A staircase, when we climb, what do? We put our leg and give importance to the leg that has gone up. If you give importance to the leg that is down, then the other one will come down. If you give importance or the force to that which has gone up, the other will drop, will leave, and it will also climb. It all depends on what I want. A staircase is meant for both climbing and climbing down. Where is my requirement? Where is my job? What is my purpose of the staircase? Is to climb. Go higher and higher in my own sadhana until I reach the higher. Uddhared atmanatmanam na atmanam avasadhayet. Arise, awake, stop not until you reach the goal, says Vivekananda. Meaning what? Put every step, firm step. How? By attaching to the higher and detaching from the lower. If the attaching to the higher is firm, detaching from the lower is easier. If my leg at the lower level becomes firm, I remove my leg from the higher. Which one should I make it stronger? Decides upon my mastery over senses and the character which I have developed. Therefore, Dhamma, Sila, Birati, Bahukarma. Bahukarma meaning here, in every activity, remember these three. This is the greatest form of bhakti. Bhakti towards what? Bhakti towards higher. Bhakti towards Bhagavan. There cannot be anything higher than Bhagavan. Therefore, highest is Bhagavan. Therefore, attach your mind to Bhagavan, detachment will happen. The major setback in our sadhana is when we postpone this attachment to the higher. Time and again, when we postpone the attachment to higher and engage, involve, indulge in the lower pleasures, I compromise my own ability to be at the highest. Think. Therefore, Bahukarma, put in all your efforts. And how? Nirata, Nirantara. Nirata, all the time. Nirantara, without any break. In fact, one small break can pull you down very fast. Like how our children, while they are studying for their examinations, Amma, I will take 5 minutes break. That 5 minutes will go to 30 minutes. And sometimes they will sleep there itself. Think. Therefore, never take a break. Nirantara. And how? Sajjana dharma. This is the very dharma. This is the very way of life of Sajjana, saintly people. छठदमशील बिरति बहुकर्मा निरत निरंतर सज्जन धर्मा. Now these two, 5 mantra japa and 6 the forms of maintaining ourselves go together. How do I say go together? When I increase the ability, the intensity, the capacity of mantra japa, I increase the time of my mind being with Bhagavan. The more I increase the time there, the less will be my time with the pleasures of the world. The lesser the time I give for the pleasures of the world, the more time I can give for mantra japa. Now, we have only 24 hours. And we are given every freedom to handle this. All our abilities, if it is focused on Bhagavan, if it is focused on good, we call it Shreyas in Vedanta. When my mind is directed towards Shreyas, it has to withdraw from the prayers. Here you have prayers, here you have Shreyas. When I go for prayers, I am away from Shreyas. When I go for Shreyas, I am away from prayers. I have to decide which side should be greater. Whether prayers should be greater or Shreyas should be greater. If prayers becomes greater, then the pendulum is faster. If Shreyas becomes greater, the pendulum is slower. We can only decide. We only have to decide. Nobody else can decide. No government can decide. No parents can decide. No brothers and sisters can decide. No guru can decide. Nobody can decide. I alone must decide how should be the pendulum's movement, how fast or slow or no movement. This we alone can decide. Please note, again and again I am repeating, we alone should decide. Therefore, remember, 6th form is a contributor to the 5th form. And the more 5th form of bhakti I develop, the less 6th form will becomes the more the 6th form of bhakti also will become stronger. So they help each other. It is like the 2 wings of a plane. Both of them must be equally strong. We will continue tomorrow. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.